Google stock took off today, and we got into this trade really early, making $220 in about 1 hour. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did to capture this trade. My name is Mason, and I day trade stock options. And if you're an options trader, go ahead and click like and click subscribe, because everyone trades futures, which is slightly different. There's not a lot of options traders out there on YouTube from what I've seen. So let's go ahead and build a community around options traders. First, let's go ahead and break down what's happening in the overall market. So it's no secret that the market has been in a fierce uptrend the past several weeks. And over the past 48 hours, we've had CPI and PPI news data come out, which was hotter than expected, and that has caused a bit of turbulence in the market. However, the trend as of right now remains bullish, and so we have to still trade alongside that. So given the conditions, I am looking to buy stocks that are sitting on support levels and are showing a bit of a reaction from that support level. And that is exactly what I did here to capture this trade on Google. So coming into market open, I was looking at all of the different stocks using my arrow keys going up and down, and my support levels are in between the two thicker blue lines. So here on Amazon, for example, we saw a nice bounce. I did not take this trade, but we saw a nice bounce off of that support level. I did trade it yesterday and made a little bit of money. I did not make a video on that, but again, today we bounced off of the support level. And here on Google, we can see yesterday we didn't really get a reaction, but today we did. And then on other stocks like Meta, you can see here on this break and retest on our support level, we can see that we could have also traded this as well. And this happens over and over and over again. You could have potentially taken a short position here, rejecting off of that support level. Over and over again, this happens. And so one of the ones that stood out to me was Google, because it was slightly above the support level, which is sort of required for this, because if you're above a support level, then it's support. And if you're below the support level, it's actually resistance, where you could come up and bounce off of it. So I wanted to pick a stock that was above the support level, like here. And from there, when the market opened, I then scaled down to the 5-minute, 3-minute, and 1-minute. So for this video, we'll focus on the 3-minute chart. And we can see here that Google remained pretty strong, closing only green candles here, while the QQQ was closing red candles. And that is important because Google is a stock that is held within the QQQ. So QQQ holds maybe 5% Google stock, which means if the QQQ is coming down, it's going to be dragging Google down with it. However, we could see that Google was relatively strong against the market, which basically just means that people are buying Google stock more than the rest of the market. And this was on our support level. So with those things sort of confirming my trade idea, I went ahead and entered. I entered 2 positions with a 392 strike price, and those options cost me about $50 each. So I was only in this trade about $100. Also, by the way, I've got a couple of levels here marked out in yellow, and those levels are pre-market high and pre-market low, and then previous day low and previous day high, which are sort of the key levels for day trading. And then I've also got this level up here, which I've got marked because this to me seemed like a level of resistance where we had bounced here in the past and then sort of broken below it. So this to me was a key level here that I was watching as this trade was playing out. So as Google remained strong as the market tanked, it made me feel confident in entering this. And I originally entered with a 1-to-1 risk to reward profile. so that I could secure profits pretty quickly and protect myself against a losing trade. I think it was a little bit more than a 1-to-1 because of how large this candle was. I went ahead and sold one of my 2 positions. I then held my other position, and I'm honestly really happy with how long I held my other position for, because I typically get scared and I sell way too soon. And so I've been practicing holding my winners for longer, and that's exactly what I did today. I probably would have gotten scared and sold early at around 7 o'clock here, but I made a point to hold it longer than I was comfortable with, and I eventually sold right here at about 7:18. Around that time as well, the market had started to recover, and this sort of pushed Google upwards along with the overall market. Honestly, I probably would have taken full profits on this level because that was the next resistance, and I wasn't sure if we could actually break that level or not. Turns out we can break that level, and this would have run up another like $400. However, I am still happy with the profit that I secured for the day. So this trade made about $220, and I actually took one other trade today on the S&P 500. We'll go ahead and pull that up right now. As the market had started to tank, I saw that we were sort of rejecting going lower. So this level here is the pre-market low. And as the market came down, you can see that we had a very long wick on this candle, and then we reclaimed back above the level on the next candle. So this reaction right here, these 2 candles, confirmed to me that the market did not want to go lower than here. I waited a little bit for extra confirmation in this, and then went ahead and entered. I again entered with 2 positions, and I secured one of my positions at a 1-to-1, so I took profits right here, and my runner is actually still in play. So this trade right now is up about a 3.5 RR again, but my runner has a stop loss at break even. If you want to watch a video on exactly how I manage my trades, click the video in the top right corner, and let's go ahead and see what that trade is at. So I'm currently up 197%, and that is about $80 on my 1 contract here. So those are my 2 trades for today. I'm tempted to sell this pretty soon, but we're gonna wait a little longer and see what happens next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.